He had traveled the journey of what a true refugee boys from Laos really exemplified what resilient determination and above all, making sure he could provide for the community jobs, training, opportunity. You see, he was a kid or young adult, I should say, because he came here, I believe, later than I was. I came here when I was 12. I believe he will tell us when he comes up here. But he has fought his way through the journey of chasing that American dream as a refugee. But today, he's a CEO at a nonprofit organization called Health and Life Organization, which provide hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs to all community, especially Hmong community. So to me, that is truly a story of coming from a marginalized background to the pinnacle of the American dreams that we all know so well of. He's giving back in so many different ways. He's one of the sponsors of this event. He's the CEO of the organization that provide, again, jobs for the community, especially the Hmong community. To me, that's the ultimate refugee story. Ladies and gentlemen, for our last speaker, saving the best for last, he was a veteran. He was a refugee. Today, he's an entrepreneur. He's a lifelong success individual. He's a healthcare worker. He's a healthcare job provider. Let's welcome and give a big round of applause for Dr. Jerry Npliajtub.
Thank you, Sean, for that wonderful introduction. You know, today I come here with my tie, my suit, and everybody is on casualty, relaxation, and so on and so forth. One is to celebrate the Hmong American Day, which is very important for me. Second, I promised my wife that I will cook for her. So, you guys, the meeting here is too long. I gotta go home because American cooking requires times. You want to give a good cook. It's not like the Hmong cook. It just, heat the pan and get the stuff in there and get quickly and you have a good dishes on the table, right? American recipe require 4 hours of cooking. I better be fast because my 4 hours is going to be run out. Anyway, I'm so happy, okay, that Hmong American Day, that as a result of the effort of so many Hmong people, and including Sean, that Hmong American Day come to life. I myself, I was born in Laos. I was in the CIA military for 6 years. I was a refugee. I moved to America. So here's the thing. People talk about Secret War. People don't really know what happened. I was there. There was 3 wars actually. One war is called the Civil War, another war called the Vietnam War, and another war is called the Circuit War. Now I'm going to leave the Civil War and the Vietnam War aside. And I'm going to talk about the Secret War. The Secret War was under the implied agreement between the CIA and the Hmong people. Okay, now, why they're so secret? Because the secret was not known to Congress. Do you believe that? I don't. Because Congress talk about it all the time. It just no policy and it just, so they refuse to understand. And the purpose of the Secret War was to cut off the North Vietnamese war equipment and supply flow to the South Vietnam. Okay. Now, second is to rescue American pilot who lost a mission in Laos. And third, to safeguard and monitor American radar system in Laos, so the radar system can safeguard the military activity in Laos. Well, long behold, we lost a battle, we lost a war, and here we go. 1972, Henry Kissinger landed in Vietnam, in Cambodia, and Laos, said we're going to withdraw from Laos. I was there in 1972, okay? And in fact, they gave us notice that we were going to lose the war by 1974. Well, there was a little bit wrong there because we didn't lose the one until 1974. We actually lose the war May 14. We lose our houses, we lose our land, we lose our clothes, we lose members of our family. So here we go. There's nowhere to go except the Indo-Chinese refugee camp that is set by the United Nations. Well, we're so lucky because American happened to be there. So American is a part and parcel of the United Nations, and they said, okay, fine, we're going to take some of your people to the United States. Really good, because the majority of the Hmong people end up in the United States. So I went through all this process, I went through many of these things, and here we come to America. America is the most difficult country in the world. They have a high standard of life requirement. They scrutinize everything. In other words, if you want to be an American, you have to be the best of the best. And you look at all over the world, the best of the best is what? Okay, you got to behave in a certain way that we can accept. Okay, you have to do certain things that you can qualify or eligible as an American. I was lucky because I have a brother too. So every night we would discuss, okay, forget about anything back in Laos up to this point. We are gonna have a plan. How are we gonna run our own life here in America? And we began to learn things, okay? Things like planning, things like American dream, things like how to define the words, and if you get your education, you work hard and you can get ahead. Okay? Now, I don't want to go too long, so I'm going to rather really quickly here, okay? Here in America, you want a good career, you have to have your education. Your education, it is so hard. And you have to determine for sure. If you want to be a doctor, let's say you have to have your pre-med classes, and then you have to go into your medicine school, and then you have to have your rotation, and then you have to have your um, um, residency. And then if you want to specialize, brain surgery, add another 7 years to it. Boy, I was 22 years old already. How am I going to have all these years, right? So I have to say, okay, besides being a medical doctor, what else that can clinch that? So I can be a useful American. At the same time, I can achieve American dream. American dream is just basically said you have to have a house that you can live in, you have to have food, and you have to have water, you have to have clothes, and you have to have a little security if you can. Basically, it said if you have all of that, American dream is achieved. The process how to do that is you're running your career at this time. Your education is done, you're gonna go your career. Now your career, American dream, and if you're success at that. Now, security on the portion is just say, you have to have something for you to retire on. Or you have to have something that you can rely on, that you do not rely on any particular person, you on your own, because American people is about you be independent and you're on your own. Well, here's the thing. If you go through those and then you said, okay, I want to retire with wealth and prosperity, then you're going to say, okay, how much investment is required? How much Social Security income is required? How much the things that you portray that's going to be useful for you? Just define one issue after another. Live like regular American and you can make it. Here is full opportunity and resources, okay? Anything you want to do, set your mind to do it and you will accomplish. Because even my life, every time I want to do something, I have to recognize or remember how do I achieve everything and every step along my life. And that takes a long time. But you know what? When I got here at 22 years of age, and I can reasonably speak in front of you with good English, I think I'm doing okay. And I want to challenge you, do okay, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jerry Blittu. Let's give him a round of applause.